Welcome back to some new r/PettyRevenge stories, where people share small victories over those who wronged them. I hope you had a great day. The first story is called Landlady Neighbor. I live in one half of a duplex. The other half is occupied by the owner, my landlady. My landlady is awful. Since we live in close proximity, I do everything within my power to keep the peace and prevent either of our daily lives from being too miserable. That patience finally wore out. My landlady decided to sell the entire duplex. Fine by me. I'm protected by my lease, and I figure my odds are decent of getting a better landlord out of the deal. Obviously, she needs to show the property to prospective buyers. My lease states that she needs to give 24 hours notice before entering my half. I told her I was even fine with less than that, as long as she let me know the night before. I also set her up with a personal code for my alarm, so she can get in if I'm not home, since I travel frequently. However, even this has been too difficult for her. I had a knock at the door last week. It's the landlady with a nice young couple. She asked if they can come in to take a quick look. I say no, sorry, I haven't had time to prepare for a showing, since she gave me no notice. She pouts and says can they just take a quick peek from the doorway? I stay firm, tell them they can come back tomorrow if they like, and close the door. A few days later, I'm heading out the door and bumped into my landlady out on the street with a strange man. She says sorry for not calling yesterday, but asked if they can go upstairs for a viewing. I say no. I have laundry out that I haven't put away, and I am not comfortable with a stranger looking at my underwear. She pouts. I'm in a rush and jump into my car. I arrived at work to a notification on my phone. It's my alarm system, letting me know that the landlady's code was used to deactivate and reactivate the alarm within the last few minutes. She's older and probably has no idea that I can see who uses the alarm code. I am seething. That night, I deleted my landlady's alarm code from the system. I did not inform her of this. I figured if she needed to show the property while I was out of town, I'd just deactivate the alarm remotely from my phone. The next week, I'm traveling for work. I spent the day in meetings. I checked my phone to find a million notifications. The alarm was tripped. My landlady has called a dozen times, left voicemails, and sent angry messages. She tried to go into my apartment again without giving me a heads up. She was unable to deactivate the alarm. Let me tell you, that alarm is loud. I assume half the neighborhood could hear it. I pay for monitoring, so the police was also automatically called. Since she owns the property, it seems they didn't give her too much grief. But as the neighborhood Karen, she hates being the center of drama. I bet she won't try to go into my apartment unannounced again. The next story is called Group Project. This happened in university. Once I was in a group with a guy. Let's call him Giovanni. Giovanni was a very good speaker. His presentations were often very entertaining, but had some lack of foundation or knowledge about the subject. The thing is, in most classes, the grade depended heavily on the presentation, individual, and to a lesser extent on the written part. So our friend Giovanni learned pretty fast that he basically could weasel himself out of doing parts of the written project, and then shine in the presentation. In one of the assignments I had to do with Giovanni, the teacher wanted us to write a protocol of every gathering. That is where I saw my chance. I gladly volunteered to write the protocols and sent them to the rest of the group for proofreading. As always, our friend Giovanni showed up for the first meeting to discuss who would be doing which part, and then mostly not show up and not contribute much. That's where the PettyRevenge comes in. Through the power of the protocol, I could document that he didn't contribute much, how we were forced to write his part, and how he mostly didn't show up. The best part was that I didn't have to sneak it in there. I sent a copy of the protocol to each group member to proofread. It had written confirmation from everyone that they are okay with its content, which was necessary for the assignment. As you can imagine, once the professor read the protocols, we got called in to explain the situation. After this point, we were finally free to split into the groups we wanted. The last story is called Fired via Email. I was just fired from an awful company. I was working as a night shift security dispatcher. Management barely trained employees, and then constantly complained when mistakes were made. Dispatchers were also blamed for the guards' ridiculous antics, such as not wearing uniforms and refusing to attend alarms like guards are supposed to. Guard managers would scream at new employees when they made errors. This company fired 3 dispatchers in 2 months. I missed my termination email. This company had a cowardly habit of firing employees via email. They even recently terminated an employee who was there for 2 years via email. I called my boss when I noticed that I wasn't on the schedule for next week, and they didn't even tell me I was fired. She just said, "Check your email." In the message, I was told that I would be working 1 more week. Excuse you? No, you may not use me for a week while you find a replacement. I sent a scathing email, detailing the lack of professionalism, no training, and the management's refusal to give dispatchers full access to necessary information. At the end of the email, I wrote, "I will be ending my shift by 5:30 AM, and then I will not be returning." I packed up and left the office, with nobody there to relieve me. My shift ended at 8 AM. I could hear the phone ringing as I walked away from that circus forever. My boss called me frantically once she was informed that there was no dispatcher. I blocked the number. I heard from other employees that management was begging other dispatchers to come in and cover my abandoned shifts. I have another job interview tomorrow. This is also a security company, but they give full access to information and extensive training. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And if you have time, watch another one of my videos. And now, I hope you have a great day. See you soon. Bye bye.